Hey folks, this is Gabe at Security.org, and today I would like to talk to you about StrongVPN. Now, one thing to note right off the bat is I'm loving the vibes because who doesn't want to be strong? At the end of the day, of course, this is a VPN review video. So I'm going to talk about some of the things I liked and didn't like about my experience. I'm going to talk about the things that stuck out to me about StrongVPN. We're going to go over those core features, what we expect from the best VPNs out on the market. We're going to give it a bit of a speed test, look at the mobile application experience, and then I will go ahead and round out my thoughts towards the end. But of course, if you'd like to read our full written review, I'm a reader myself, head on over to Security.org. We'll have it all written out clearly there. But let's go ahead and dive into StrongVPN. To begin with what I liked about my experience with StrongVPN, I like the fact that there's 12 simultaneous connections, so I can use a number of devices, maybe a few different people in my family who are in the house can all use StrongVPN at the same time. We don't have to worry about getting cut off. That's an up from 5 simultaneous connections, so we love to see that more than doubling of the connections available to you. On the face of it, I also like their no logging policy. It's a bit long, not particularly precise, but the things that they do state are solid. They're not logging any of the things that I typically be wary of. And the final thing that I really especially liked about my experience with StrongVPN is the fact that you can really unblock a number of streaming services. In terms of geo restrictions, it's a great VPN to have. Now, when it comes to what I didn't like about my experience with StrongVPN, I really feel like for what they're going for, they've done a great job, but I do want to point something out, and that's that I would love to see more VPNs going in the direction of providing a real transparency report, real public auditing, because yes, I don't read anything in the privacy policy that necessarily gives me pause. I'm an attorney. I'm used to getting tedious documents all the time. Some friend or relative sends me a contract or a will or their, something every single week. And I am a nice person, so I go through and give them my non-attorney friend thoughts on them. But that being said, I really wish there were more in terms of a third party or something else to give me belief in the StrongVPN logging policy. And that doesn't mean to say that I think that they've done anything wrong. I just think that VPNs these days kind of have to go a little bit further beyond just, hey, this is what we say, that's cool, right? Because we've seen in a lot of cases, it ain't cool at all. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive into what stuck out to me about StrongVPN. When it comes to what stuck out to me about StrongVPN, we have to point out the fact that it is a very static mobile application, static on your computer. There's just not a lot happening in the app, but it works. But it does come with a lot of add-ons when it comes to just getting the service. For example, you get strong DNS. So you get your own DNS, which helps you to just go into basically any place you want to be in the world and use their services. If I want to be in Tennessee reading the Tennessean or something of that nature, you can basically do that kind of thing with strong DNS, which is pretty great. And that comes just with the VPN subscription. So wow, I'm getting 2 for 1 in that sense. But it doesn't stop there. With StrongVPN, you also get Sugar Sync storage, and that's going to be 250 gigabytes. And again, I'm not paying for this cloud storage. I'm just getting it as part of my StrongVPN subscription. And once again, I'm like, oh, that's now 3 for 1. Now, you're not here for DNS. You're not here for Sugar Sync storage, but now that you see it, it's not bad. It definitely does add some value to having the VPN. So I don't want to put that as an element that we're reviewing. I'm not going to talk about cloud storage. I do think that a lot of people are using VPNs for DNS type things. So that is useful to you if that is what you're using a VPN for in terms of geo restrictions. But that's not the VPN review, but it is something that stuck out to me about StrongVPN. All right, so now let's talk about some of the core features one comes to expect from a VPN, something like a kill switch. Now, fortunately, they have moved from just having kill switches for Android to having kill switches for a number of different platforms. So when you're using StrongVPN, you may be like, well, what happens if something happens to my VPN? Well, don't worry, with that kill switch, all the internet service is gonna go out the moment your VPN service goes out, so you're not just out there in the open. Now, when it comes to servers with StrongVPN, it says that it has about 950 servers in over 30 countries. Now, that is something that I hear a lot of. Everyone says we have 1 million servers in every country on Earth. You want to be in Botswana on a server? We can do it, you know? And honestly, when you hear that stat padding, I call it, usually means that they might have a server that works every third Thursday in December. You really want these things to work all the time so that I know if I need to be in Buenos Aires, I can be in Buenos Aires. If I need to be in Tokyo, I can be in Tokyo. And fortunately, that is the case when it comes to StrongVPN. So yes, they have a lot of servers in various countries, but they actually work. I love just going through, tapping to see what I could do. And something I'll do, for example, is I'll go to the Apple store from a different country. And when it says, you know, the price in Rand, or it says the price in pounds, or it says the price in yen, I know I'm doing the right thing. Now, when it comes to encryption, which is very important when it comes to a VPN, it's kind of a lot of the point, right? With the VPN, with encryption, you're gonna get 256-bit advanced encryption standard. AES is what we are used to hearing. So 256-bit, no, we're not talking about Sega Genesis or Sega Saturn or anything like that. If you guys remember back in the day, we're talking about the encryption standard, and it is high. You're gonna need a million years and a lot of supercomputers to beat that. Now, when it comes to protocols with StrongVPN, you get your classics, you know, your OpenVPN stuff, your IPsec, your UDP, TCP for OpenVPN, for example. You get your IKV2, which of course stands for your Internet Key Exchange version 2, very popular, maybe the most popular one out there. So you're gonna see a number of different options, but what's great about StrongVPN now is you have WireGuard. WireGuard is a little bit newer, but it's very safe and it's very quick. So it's really great to see WireGuard as one of the protocols available for you when you're using StrongVPN. Now we're talking about WireGuard protocol and security and speed. So let's actually just jump into that. Let's talk about the speed test with StrongVPN. Now, of course, it's important to start with the baseline. Now, the baseline I got when I was upstairs working on this, I got 105 download speed and 102 upload speed. That's just my baseline for, you know, the middle of the day in Brooklyn. Now, when I went to Copenhagen, I don't know if that's how they say it, maybe it's Copenhagen, you see that I got 101 megabits per second download speed and 68.6 megabits per second upload speed. So pretty much no drop off when it comes to my download in that moment. And, you know, a slight drop off about, you know, 40–30% when it came to upload speed. Now moving on to Buenos Aires, we had 74.2 megabits per second download and 71.8 upload. So again, not too bad, you know, decent. Now what's interesting is that Johannesburg, so often with so many VPNs, does slow down significantly. And I saw the same thing when I went to Johannesburg with my StrongVPN. I went from 33 megabits per second, well, I went down to 33 megabits per second for download speed, and my upload speed was 35. So again, major drop off for Johannesburg, but you know, I'm gonna try it again. I would like to see some other tests for that. And finally, I wanted to, of course, test an Asian location, and in this case, I went with Seoul, which, if you haven't been, try to put it on your list. Great food, great sites, great style, really big fan of Seoul, but I digress, where I got 77 megabits per second download speed and 62 megabits per second upload speed. So that is what StrongVPN was bringing to the table when it comes to its speed. So now I want to dive into the mobile application with StrongVPN. Now, StrongVPN, you know, they're not trying to win any awards when it comes to aesthetics or dynamism or anything of that nature. Very straightforward, very chill app. So you'll note right off the bat, you get the IP address at the top, the time elapsed, the last country I was visiting. Now, if you note, I can just tap on that Johannesburg, South Africa, and I get a list of servers. You can do best available. So that's gonna give me best available location. It's probably gonna be New York. Oops, sorry, actually disconnected. Connects really fast, by the way. This is something I really appreciated. Not only do all the locations work, but they connect really quickly. And now here I am. I'm like loaded up. I'm ready to go. I'm at another spot. Now I'm going to disconnect and then see other locations. And there's a lot of them. Bordeaux, Buenos Aires, Dubai, Kuala Lumpur, Madrid, Marseille. That big game's coming up soon, Marseille PSG. You know, Zurich, Taipei, a lot of places available for you to check out. That's great, that's wonderful. But you may notice, hey, where's everything else? Well, honestly, there's not a lot of stuff on there. You can sort it by city, you can sort it by country. There's no place to make a favorites list, so if you really need to be in one specific place a lot, it's not gonna do anything to really help you bring that up faster. If you need to be, what's the last country on here? Well, let's change it back to city. If we go to the last place on here, that is going to be Zurich. If you work for the Swiss or something and you need to be in Zurich every week, you're gonna have to go scroll down to the bottom or just keep it there every single day because the app is not gonna do anything to help you with that. Now, that being said, you know, most people don't have to worry about that a lot of the time. So ultimately, they make it pretty easy for you to just go around and do and get into different spots, but that's pretty much it. It's a very bare bones mobile application. Now, if I go into the settings, you'll note that there's really not too much to do here. You'll see your email, you'll see your, you know, advanced information is basically what of the protocols do I want to be using. Is it IKv2, IPsec? And then you'll also note that the on-demand settings I can set up so that it just connects automatically. That is something pretty cool. So in this sense, if I just connect automatically, I don't have to think about, you know, logging on each time. As soon as I get online, it's going to connect and I'm going to always be online. I've seen a few of the VPNs out on the market start doing that, so that's pretty fun. Beyond that, you can manage your subscription. You can look into various support options, run diagnostics, set up some serious shortcuts, but there's not a ton to be done in settings, just like there's not a ton to be done in the app by itself. I mean, I can't even really tap around, for example, with my finger around the various globe. I have to actually tap on that middle spot, and then from there I just get a list. So like I said, not a lot to the StrongVPN mobile application other than the fact that it just works. So that's my experience with the mobile application for StrongVPN. All right, so now I'd like to finish up by just rounding out my thoughts on StrongVPN. And it does live up to its name. It is a strong VPN. It works in the ways that one would expect a VPN to function, and it gives you some really high value, in some sense, add-ons. We're talking SugarSync storage. That's 250 gigabytes of cloud storage that just comes as a part of a VPN package. You're gonna get smart DNS. That's really gonna help you further in your ambition to watch, I don't know, UK Netflix or something of that nature. So when it comes to those elements, I really like what StrongVPN has done. Now, of course, the mobile application is a little boring, but I don't need anything more exciting from an app, from an experience for a VPN, because VPNs are something you should really be able to not think about. And with the feature like Connect on Demand, with StrongVPN, I can have that. I can basically just set it and forget it, and I can forget it for 12 simultaneous connections, which is nothing to sneeze at. A lot of those big VPN companies out there today are not giving anything near that. So really love to see what StrongVPN is bringing to the table in terms of its just core feature set and some of these little add-ons and extras. Is it perfect? No. Would I like to see a little bit more in terms of the mobile application, just making a favorites list of that nature? Sure. But when it comes to the core features that I'm expecting from VPN and a few fun add-ons, StrongVPN is bringing a lot to the table. All right, so that's it for today's look at StrongVPN. I hope you appreciate today's video. If you have any comments, please drop them below. If you have any questions, please drop them below. We'd always love to hear from you. And once again, below, you can go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We're bringing you the newest in home and digital security. That's Security.org. So once again, I appreciate you for being here. My name is Gabe. This is Security.org. Be secure.